I still continue to hear from so many parents that the school has finally agreed to implement executive functioning work into a student's IEP or 504. And then when you learn a little bit more about what those services actually are, it's meeting with one professional, a large group of students, and the vast majority of this time in this executive functioning class or executive functioning lab is simply just organizing backpacks, organizing folders, getting your papers together, organizing your Chromebook, your iPad, whatever tech you may have, and learning how to use an agenda. The biggest issue with this is that this is simply just an outdated view on executive functions. What this practice is completely missing is the foundational skills of executive functioning, which is working memory, the ability to use what you know, work with what you know, use your memory and work with it in the natural environment without adult support. So all these classes are really doing is keeping the students prompt dependent on that professional and that executive functioning class. They're going to keep going to that executive functioning class once or twice a week, however often it may be, with messy backpacks, and they're going to organize it for them or with them, and then it's going to keep happening in a vicious cycle every single week without focusing on the tenets of working memory, which is the foundation of all executive functions. We are not teaching them the skills they need to carry over what they're learning into the natural environment. And this has to be the goal for all executive functioning work, for all life skills work, for all education. Teaching kids to use skills without parent support, when adults are not around. Can they gain these skills internally and build independent skills for a successful, positive life? When it comes to working memory, it comes in two separate internal facets. The first is visual imagery and the ability to create visual images and mental movies in your brain. And the second is internal voice and self-directed talk, the ability to have an internal dialogue with your brain to have a system of checks and balances so you can regulate your emotions and motivate yourself towards delayed gratification. And that's exactly what organizing your backpack and using an agenda is. It's delayed gratification towards a significant non-preferred task of school. Can they motivate themselves to do something now that's not going to benefit them till later, which is what all organization is? I'm going to organize this now because it's going to benefit me later.